Hi. Again, hope you all are doing well. I'm coming up on a year of being sheltered in place, which is kind of weird to think about. Anyway, this past week, I've been thinking a lot about suicide amongst first responders and healthcare providers, mainly because of the two recent suicides of the police officers in Washington, D.C., who were at the coup attempt. And that sort of spawned my thinking about that. I know there's been a lot of focus too on the increase of child and teenage suicides in the media because of isolation and probably bullying online and all those kind of issues. And while I'm acutely aware of how important that is, I come from Montana, where I practiced for 28 years, and Montana unfortunately has one of the highest suicide rates amongst children and teenagers. And I actually served on the board of directors of the Montana chapter for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So I really understand and have great empathy and a spot in my heart for children who feel that that's their only option. However, again, because of the two recent deaths of the police officers, the Washington, D.C. police, I'm really concerned about the suicide rates amongst first responders and healthcare providers. I know amongst firefighters, the most recent data says that you're twice as likely to die from suicide than being killed in the line of duty. And there, I could go on and on with the statistics, and there are tons of them. Unfortunate things like only about, I think, 3 to 5% of all law enforcement agencies have any suicide prevention programs or trainings. And so it really comes back to the old, what's the problem? Part of it has to do with stigma. That still is a big obstacle. The old macho man mentality is still alive and well and kicking. And unfortunately, it's compounded for women who have to do things twice as good as men to feel that they're adequate enough. So the old ruck it up, suck it up, drive on mentality still exists. And so people, even though they're hurting and they know it, they don't reach out. And that's really one of these solutions that we have, is that we need to reach out to people. I do a presentation called Who You Gonna Call? And it really looks at figuring out who are the people you're going to call prior to being burnt out, stressed out, to the point that you think your only option is to die by suicide. But we need to know who those people are before we reach that point and the kind of role that they play in their lives. So my question for you this week is, who are you going to call? Okay? Be well.